Hold on. दोस्तों मैं हूं आरजे राजीव यहाँ वॉशिंगटन डीसी के सुनो ऑडियो के स्टूडियो से और अपनी community.com के स्टूडियो से। और आज मैं बातें करने वाला हूं, हमारे दो गेस्ट स्पेशल गेस्ट हैं यहाँ पे, शशि जी और सुरेखा जी। और जो टॉपिक है आज का, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू मेनी पेरेंट्स एज वेल एज चिल्ड्रन in this country, especially when they're looking for the match, especially the Hindu families who are looking for the right match for their the children, or the children themselves looking for the match. And it is always a challenge because there are a number of matchmaking opportunities for many other folks like white Americans and other people settled in this country. But Hindu uh, kids, as such, sometimes find it very difficult. They don't want to go through the process as such, or they don't find the right match. And the organization like Hindu Vivah, which is headed by Shashi ji, is one such organization, voluntary organization, which has taken over this responsibility kind of thing. I would say responsibility because they saw that pain and they thought we need to do something about it to help in this process. And they started this organization, not for profit organization called Hindu Vivah. And they keep having their events at the different parts of the country. And there's an upcoming event happening in Maryland on May 11th. And Surekha ji is kind of spearheading that process. So I wanted to bring them on to the show and talk to us so that our listeners can understand what it is. And if they have children who are looking for the suitable match, they can find a way to get in touch with us or come and attend this event. So, with that, welcome Shashiji and Surekha ji.
Thank you, Rajiv ji.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Rajiv.
having us.
You're welcome. Sorry, I had to just something got stuck in my throat. Um, so, um, help us first understand the people who are watching the show. Help them understand what Hindu Viva is all about.
Sure, Rajiv ji. Hindu Vivah is basically a non-profit platform. It's by the Hindu community for the Hindu singles. So we have a very large, wonderful volunteer base, people that give a lot of their time, a bunch of other resources all over the country, located in Austin, Chicago, Los Angeles, New Jersey, DC, Southern California, Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, and you name it. Most of the large cities, we try to do an event whenever we can find all the resources together. And it's a non-profit organization. And we help all Hindu singles, irrespective of their, region in India where they're from, what language they speak, what, country they're from. In fact, all Hindus from all over the world are welcome. Their race, we don't care what race you are. If you're Hindu, you are welcome to come and attend our events, or whatever background they have. So we've been doing this for about 7 years now, and we have done over 200 events in these 7 years. Many of which were virtual based on Zoom, and some were all over the country in different cities. So that's basically our history here.
So, what made you think about starting this Hindu Viva 7, 8 years back when you got that started? What got you motivated to do this?
Everywhere you went, it was the same story. Uh, my kids, the youth would complain, "Hey, there's no platform to meet people that we want to match with." People that we can are similar to us or similar in background, similar values, vegetarian like us. You know, they want to maintain their identity, religion. So it was very hard for them to find people. And we saw a huge number of folks in their 30s and 40s, which would never see, but growing up in India, we would never see anybody past like their early 30s that was unable to find somebody. Now, if they wanted to not marry somebody, that's different. But wanting to marry and not being able to find somebody was a very strange thing that we observed. And we figured we got to do something about it.
Cool. So, is there any fee that if people want to participate, do they have to pay the fees or anything to for them to be part of this and to participate in this event?
No, all of our events are completely free of cost to our singles, to our members actually, who are Hindu singles. But to be a member of ours, you have to follow two requirements. You have to follow our terms and conditions, and you have to pay a $5 annual fee. So that $5 annual fee will entitle you to attend all our events. So technically, if you're available every Saturday, we hope that you get come to our event on the first Saturday we do an event, you get married. But if you were unlucky and did not get married the first time you came to us, you could technically attend 20, 30, 40 of our events all year round.
So, before they attend the event, do they have to register to become the member by paying that $5 fee, which is the annual fee?
Yes, we only serve our members. And if you're not a member, you cannot attend our event. So yeah, you can go ahead and pay the fee, which takes a few seconds via Stripe. We have it set up, and then you can register for our events. That's correct.
So, if I understand correct, your website is hinduvivah.org and your email address is hinduvivahus@gmail.com. So, the people can go to hinduvivah.org and register there.
That is correct. We have many different events, so there are many flyers on our website. And depending on the event they want to register for, they can click on that flyer and hence register. Yes.
Okay. So, if anyone is interested in attending any of the events, please do go to hinduvivah.org and register there before you register for that particular event. And also, hinduvivah.org will provide you much more information about what the organization is all about. With that said, I would like to ask a question that I understand there's an event happening in Washington, D.C. metro area. So, can someone tell us on where and when is this event happening?
Yeah, sure, Raju. I can tell you that. So the Hindu Vivah event is happening on Saturday, May 11th, from 2 o'clock till 5 o'clock, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at ISKCON Temple in Maryland. So the ISKCON Temple is located at 10310 Oakland Drive, Potomac, Maryland.
Okay.
And the mandir, it's such a nice prime location. It's beautiful new mandir they just opened up, and there is an event hall in the basement, so that's where actually our event will be happening. And come early if you like, take a darshan, and then come down in the basement. We will have a lot of volunteers there to help. In fact, actually, Rajiv, you are going to be there. I know that you will be helping us. I'm hoping you will do our MC. That will be awesome if you can be our MC. Um, yeah, and Shashi ji said, you have to register. So before you come, please make sure that you register and you have confirmed, when you after you register, we usually confirm your spot. So make sure that you have been confirmed. If you haven't, so that probably does mean that you are missing some piece of information with us. So you can always contact us and make sure that everything is okay, that we have saved a spot for them. So it is
Okay.
at on temple.
So Maryland event is happening at the ISKCON Temple, 10310 Oakland Drive, Potomac, Maryland. So I'm sure that if people just look for ISKCON Temple in Potomac, they will be able to find this. And it is happening on May 11th. So I did put that information here too. It is happening on May 11th,
Mhm.
and from 2 to 5 p.m. So with that said, I have another quick question. So folks who get interested, they get interested after watching this show or all the reach out that you're doing, Surekha ji, um, and they want to register, but they are procrastinators. They don't want to do it beforehand. By what is the latest day? By when do they have to register to make sure they don't miss out the cutoff line?
So as of right now, we actually do not have a cutoff line. So they can even register. Shashiji can correct me if I'm wrong, but they can register like till Friday night, because we don't want to wait, because we do have a lot of work behind the scene that we do. So we want to make sure everybody is registered by Friday night, so then Saturday we can, in the morning, we can start doing our work, setting up the tables and whatnot, and put them by the age groups and etc. that we have to do. So I would say end of the Friday night, it's not a problem.
Okay. Now, how does this process really work? Like, I'm sure there are going to be people who are going to be super excited. There are going to be people who are going to be a little pessimistic about the whole approach, right? And what how to get them going that this is something which will benefit for them. Do register. You have nothing to lose. Come on over, be the part of it. If nothing else, at least you'll get to meet some people. How how do you get them excited to come for this particular event?
I would say, Rajiv ji, where else are you going to, if you're a Hindu single? Now, before I say that, let me remind people that we will divide them into age groups. So a 25-year-old does not need to do a speed dating with a 50-year-old, for example. Okay. So they'll be divided into age groups. Now, if I'm in a particular age group, where today, where there are very few occasions where a Hindu single can meet, let's say, 30, 40 other singles within a span of hour and a half or 2 hours, and discreetly. When I say discreetly, we do not let you display your last name at our event, nor your phone number or email. So you show up at an event, somebody only knows your first name, and then you talk to 20 or 30 of them very discreetly, and your identity is preserved and maintained, and it's secret. And if you select somebody and if they select you, will they get your contact information? Where else is a Hindu single going to get this kind of opportunity? I don't know of too many places they can do that.
So many of these people, and I just saying that based on some of the discussions with young hearts, they don't want to have their parents get involved. They want, like, I will find the right match for myself. When the parents bring some match, they're like right off the bat, it's like no, 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 kind of a thing. So or some people may say, I want to have the parents' opinion, etc., etc. So can the parents attend these events with the kids who are coming over, the youth who are coming over?
No. In this country, singles that come to our events are adults. They are very independent. And in fact, we believe that a parent's presence when a person is first meeting a mate, potential mate, is really a detractor more than anything. So, no, parents are not allowed inside the hall. They cannot be seeing what the singles are doing. Now they can come and drop them and hang outside the hall. There's a beautiful mandir. They can be in front of Krishna and worship or whatever. But no, but this is a singles decision. They like somebody and then they match with somebody. Parents are not involved at all. Now the only way parents are involved is some parents see our ad and they ask their young ones to go register for our event. But after somebody likes somebody, or they think they have a match with somebody, and we send them the contact information, they're welcome to involve their parents or anybody they want after that. But during the event, no parents or chaperones.
Okay, okay, that's interesting. So let me ask you a question about the dress code. It's a summertime. May 11th is the event, and it's youth we are talking about who love to be welcoming the summer in the Maryland area. So, would they be walking in with the shorts and t-shirt, or is there a specific dress code?
Um, so Raju, really, I mean, there is no set dress code that we like to say, but remember, you are coming there to meet somebody. It might be a partner for a life, so you want to dress to impress that person. So, so I would say not too casual, but not too formal either. You can wear Indian, or you can either wear a, Western, but I would say no shorts, no mini skirts, no slippers, no flip flops, things like that. So basically, dress nice. I
Look
would,
good.
look good. It's funny that you asked me that, because just before our this event, I got a call from this young person asking me, so what is the dress code? And I was like, okay, so that's, yeah.
Because that's always on top of the mind, right? For people, uh, ki- is it, do I have to dress up in a suit and a tie, very formal? Should I put on a blazer and come with a button shirt? Can I wear the t-shirt or golf shirt and pant, uh, shoes, kind of thing? So good that you addressed that question. And it is dressed to impress,
Dress
because
to,
as you said, you're coming to find a right match for yourself. So don't come so that you get rejected by everybody.
yes, I agree.
So that message is very, very important for everyone. So when this, uh, I keep saying kids, but the youth, because there are no more kids, the youth comes over and they're there. What should they expect? How the process works? And
Um,
I'm going to ask you this question for two things. First, to get the information to the youth on what to expect. And second, also for number of people who are little sitting on the back bench as such and not really coming forward to understand, or a little pessimistic about the whole thing. Help them understand the process that goes in and how this process is beneficial for the youth.
Sure. Yeah. So, when they come to the event, they must bring their ID, because in-person event, we do check their government photo ID. We have to identify them, like match with their profiles, make sure date of birth is, and the name, everything is matching. It's for their own protection that we do check their ID. And we will have two registration desks set up outside the hall, where we will have one set up for the female, one set up for the males. And so, come to the registration desk and show your ID, and then you will be checked in, and also you will be given a name badge. So name badge, like Shashiji mentioned earlier, that will only have their first name, again, to protect them. First name and their age, that we ask them to put it on their name badge, and they will be checked in. Now, what does checked in means? That means that we actually have this app that called Speed Match app, that we click on and send them a link for that Speed Match app. So they will receive that link on their, either by text or by the, or both, actually, email and the text. And then they click on it. Once they click on it, they will see the opposite gender. Now, this is very, very important that they have this before our event start. We don't send them way earlier either. We will only send them once they are checked in, and then they can see the opposite gender. Now, if they don't see opposite gender, they must come and find me, because I'll be the one who will be checking them in. So they must come find me, and then I make sure that they are checked in. So once they are checked in, they all will be going into a hall where we will set up 3 or 4, depending upon the age, like how many participants we will have, by the age group. And they will proceed to that tables, and that's where they will have the round robin, or it's called speed dating, one-on-one interaction. And we will give you about 3 to 4 minutes to talk, and there will be a bell ringing, and they will move to the next person, and on and on. And they will be in that hall until they see everybody one-on-one. And after they have seen one-on-one, we will open the floor for everybody to mingle with each other. We will have a snacks there, tea there, coffee there, all kinds of things. So then they can meet the people that they have not met. There may be somebody else that they may be interested. So they actually get an opportunity and a time. We'll have about an hour of time for them to mingle with everybody. Uh,
Cool.
yeah.
So after the event is over, what should they expect?
So that's where, again, that speed match app becomes very important, because that's where they will be making their selections. So selections meaning, the when they see their opposite genders, like boy will see the, girls, and girls will see the boy, and they will make the selection. And once they make the selection, when there is a two-way match, that's when and that they have to do it within a 24 hours, because
Okay.
after 24 hours we will send their matches. So for example, let's say one boy likes five girls, right? He select five girls, but out of those five girls, only three girls has selected him. So he will get the email about those three matches, because it's a two-way match, and they will only receive the email information. We do not disclose the phone numbers or anything. And first they will communicate with the email, and then it's up to them what more information. Then we basically don't get involved after that. It's up to them what they want to do, move forward. Hopefully they will move forward, and you know something happens.
Good,
Yeah.
good, good. You guys have really nailed down the process. You have gone through the ups and downs. You know what works, what doesn't work, and fix the gaps. As Shashiji said, you have been doing for 7, 8 plus years now. So over the years, you have matured well. What message would you reach out to the youth who are hearing it, are not coming forward? They are looking, have not found, but are not completely sold on this whole process about speed dating.
Well, this is a safe space, and we are preserving it's very discreet. So nobody knows who you are. They cannot look you up. They don't know your last name. They don't know your phone number. So you come in as a Joe Blow, and nobody knows who you are. You put on your smile. And if you're a guy, for example, you'll meet, let's say, 30 ladies, your age group. Out of those, you may like five of them. Who's offering that opportunity to you today? I don't know if there are places where Hindu singles can go do that in a safe space at a mandir. And here's another thing: we are not doing this for money, right? There's no money. We are a nonprofit. So where else are people that love you, that care for you, that are doing it to help you, with a seva bhav? Where else will they find this? Nowhere.
So, are there successes out there who are coming forward and taking this fear off from the people who have not attended before, or are kind of not decided to move forward with this?
Yes, there's a lot of success stories. Our very first event in Atlanta 7 years ago, we had a wonderful match. There was one gentleman from the South who was a second generation. There was a lady who had just come in from India. She was first generation from the north somewhere. They met at our event and they got married. And till about recently, their picture used to be, they were our ambassadors. Their picture used to be on our website. But these singles, they've come and told us, they call us uncle out of love. So they've told us, hey, there's no way that person and me would have met, because I'm second generation, they're first generation, totally different communities. We hang out in different places. So we really thank you for doing this, because you made a match that was very unlikely. So this is what we are doing is, and then I would like to also add that our in-person events are for everybody, all ages and everybody, right? Now we do targeted, focused events, which are even better, but those are done on Zoom. So what we'll do, for example, is a vegetarian is very picky. Typically, a Hindu vegetarian is typically very picky. They only want to try to meet other vegetarians, if possible, and marry them. So we do events for just vegetarians, for example. you know
Mm,
now
mm.
some doctors have walked up to us and said, uncle, we are a doctor, we came to your event, but only doctors are crazy enough to live with our schedule and marry us. Can you please do an event for doctors? So we do sometimes we'll do an event for doctors, where doctors and dentists and people that work in the medical field come, because they are very compatible with each other. Then we don't want to leave any Hindu behind. We also do events, for example, for single parents, because typically, some of the singles that come that don't have kids, they find that sometimes to be a taboo. They don't want to meet somebody or marry somebody. They don't want to consider too seriously. So we do an event for them. Then, because we want to help everybody, we'll do an event for ages 50 plus. So we do all these kind of focused events where the likelihood of you meeting people that are like you is much higher because it's a focused event. And those are on Zoom.
And as the name suggests, Hindu Vivah, it is the matchmaking for the Hindus, and it is the matchmaking leading or possibly leading to the Vivah. So your focus has only been towards that end, or is there anything else also Hindu Vivah gets involved with?
Uh, we have gotten in some experts to guide these singles on what causes a successful marriage and what's a good way to select, and do's and don'ts of searching. We do that, and there's one more thing that we do. We People that come to our events have been verified by us. We let them get into a WhatsApp group where they can chat with each other and further meet. For example, if you come to one event, there are 50 other events where there are singles you haven't met. So how do we make all the singles from all 50 events meet at one place and see if they can find more people that they can match with? So we have a WhatsApp group for that. So they can ask us and we'll add them. We don't add them automatically. They can request and we'll add them to the WhatsApp group.
So that leads to another question in my mind is the folks who are coming to DC, right? The DC event, which is happening on May 11th, and they do not find the right match or whatever it is. But there may be God has made someone for somebody all the time, and there's a perfect match sitting somewhere in California or Atlanta or Chicago or something, and this person did not find the match in DC. How does this person see the expansion to see if he has the right match in some other area? Does he have to go and attend those events, or there's other better paths that you have created for this to happen?
So remember, our Zoom events are for nationwide. We haven't done Zoom events for a particular region yet. So in a Zoom event, they could meet somebody across the other side of the country, and then also in the WhatsApp group. Remember, the WhatsApp group is by age. So within their age group, everybody from all over the country is in the WhatsApp group. So those are two places where they can meet other singles who they did not meet at a particular event.
But you're not doing the same process of speed matching kind of a thing in the WhatsApp or Zoom thing, right?
No, it's very hard in Zoom to do a. It's very hard to do that. It's very hard to do that. So in Zoom, we try to do a focused event. We are experimenting with one-on-one speed dating inside Zoom, but as of now, we do not know of any software that lets you do that perfectly. There's a software called Twine we have used. We're still working out how it'll fit us. We're working on that. Hopefully, technology will let us do that beautifully someday.
Sounds good. And before I close out, I want to know how can we help? I know I'm there to help in spreading the word. How
Mhm.
else can either myself or the community help you to continue to grow and find do the good cause that you're doing?
Sureka ji, you want to take that one?
Sure, Shashiji. So yeah, you said it, Raj. You spread the word. What you are doing right now, helping us do the Facebook Live, put it on the Instagram, basically social media, but also the youths they can register, on our go on our website and register, become a member, and join, and then spread the word, because once when you join, then they will know what platform we are providing, and then they can go out and talk to their friends and bring their friends. And we do get that a lot, especially on the Zoom. We see like their friends and they're talking to each other and all that, so they are bringing. And the same thing with the community, because community, I think, today is realizing that this is a very needed thing out there. Because when I go out and talk to people, I was at actually last weekend at Hare Krishna temple for the Sundarkand, and people were approaching and saying like, yeah, this is really, it was needed, and you're doing a great job. So just talk and spread the word and tell them that this actually exists, and just try it out.
I would add
Sounds
to
good.
that, Rajiv ji. If I was a parent listening, I would go and tell my young one, look, you don't want us to be involved in your searching process. We respect that because this is the U.S. and you guys are very independent. We cannot be involved. Hindu Viva will not let us get involved in your selection. So go meet somebody. If you like somebody, then let's talk further. So so they can, parents can help us by doing that. The singles can help us by telling their other friends, hey, this is a great opportunity because our parents are not going to be involved in this. Because a lot of youth complain about their parents being too interfering in these kind of affairs. You know, that's one play. And the other way the community can help us is by come join us as a volunteer and help us do this at more places, and bring us more resources so we can do more of these events.
So I will be one of the volunteers, Rekha ji, and
Yes,
will be
yes,
there
thank
on May 11th. Yeah.
you.
So as I said, the event is happening on May 11th from 2 to 5 p.m. at ISKCON Temple in Potomac, Maryland. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact Surekha at 240-367-3057. And I will be out there volunteering, helping out as much as possible. And all I would say is if there is any fear, if you're looking for somebody, but there's some fear or thought like, no, I don't want to get involved like this, there are a number of success stories, things happen. All Hindu Vivah is right doing is providing you that platform, opening up the doors, helping you interact with finding the right match. And when you do find that right match through Hindu Vivah, come back, thank them, and continue to help and volunteer in their process to help the other youth find the right match. So, with that, thank you so much, Shashi ji. Thank you so much, Rekha ji, for joining this
Thank you,
evening
Rajiv ji.
and
Thank
talk
you,
about
Rajiv.
Hindu Vivah. You're
Thank you.
welcome. And I'll see many of you guys, whoever is registering on the 11th. And until next time with other talks, I'll see you. This is Arjun Rajiv signing off from the Suno Audio and ApniCommunity.com studios here in Maryland. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.